Good afternoon, Martin. Welcome to India Association Congress. It's a pleasure to have you with us all the way down here.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. Actually, I was able to combine it with 2 other trips up in Delhi. So I've had a very busy week, put it that way.
Back to your association with CIMGLobal. Have a few words on the long relationship we share with each other?
Well, CIM is one of the ICA members, a long-term ICA member in India, and we're delighted to come down here and participate in this Congress. We like to see Prashant and the team at our own Congress, and he was involved in the organising committee when we brought our event to India, to Hyderabad in 2010. So we have a long track record of collaboration, and I think with events like this India Association Congress, there will be many more opportunities for ICA to collaborate with the company.
Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day and an evening ahead.
I'm sure that I will. Thank you.
Thanks, Martin. Back in our second edition of India Association Congress, and I'd like a few words from you regarding your experience here, having been here for the last year for the first edition and now the second edition. How do you feel? What is the difference that you've noticed from the last 2 years?
I think the difference is that there's a lot of professionalism and interest in association development, not only for itself as an association, but also for India as a nation and the entire society. And that's a big difference, and I think a big optimism that I find in the room here.
What is the difference between the first edition that you attended in Hyderabad last year and the second edition this year? What do you see, the profiling? How do you feel about the Congress in the second year?
I think this year there are many senior professionals from the associations, and also I think they are representative of a large share of the India's GDP. So I think it's a very important meeting and has increased since last year.
How was your interaction in the last panel session that you were part of?
The interaction was excellent, I think. I think it was good to also hear some questions from the audience. And I think that participation and integration will go on for the next day.
I want to touch briefly on your relationship with CIMGLobal and the association network, and how long you've known us and how it has been the journey so far.
The journey has been great, and we know each other for more than 8 years now. And I've seen CIMGLobal develop excellent in the past years to really be the key representative for associations that are setting up in India, being the excellent and foremost leading professional meeting organizer. And so I'm very glad to work with them for these years.
We are very glad to have you on board, and thank you so much for your time and your coming down here to visit us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and wish you excellent work here in India. Thank you.
We look forward to future meetings with you. I would like to share your experience here at the last panel discussion that you were just moderating.
Okay.
No, that's okay. We'll edit it.
Fine, yeah.
We'll edit it.
Well, with this time, in comparison to last year's the inaugural conference, this time I found these sessions were much more focused, much more technical, much more addressing to the needs and issues of the association management. Particularly, for the first time, we included the discussions on chapters, and that was, fortunately, thank you very much for inviting me. That was the session for setting up the chapters, opportunities, and challenges, which I participated. One of the key issues, of course, we had limited time on hand. One of the key issues which needs to be answered by all, and the panels over here, and then which needs to be carried back home is that, is it worth spending 50% of what you receive as overheads in the associations? I was speaking to my fellow speaker, and I happened to ask him that what are the kind of overheads you consume internally for running the affairs of an association, and he told me it's 50%. That's phenomenal. I was reading an HBR report of 2010, and then it says the world benchmark is 24%. So we are good 25% above the world benchmark. And that leaves, I think, a lot of opportunity and much of task to be done by the association management companies, which are much more professionally geared to take up these tasks, help these tasks, or provide these kind of services in a much more efficient manner. And that's what message I'm carrying back as such.
That's great. Another question, just a last question. How has your experience been? You are a known client of CIM, you've been working with us, and now we've launched this platform for India Association Congress. You were part of the first edition as well as the second, and we continue to have a long association with ASME. What is your feedback on the company per se and our ideology and methodology that we work with to bring common problems together for the benefit of everybody?
I think one of the abilities of CIMGLobal as an organization is, if that's what you wanted me to focus on, is my experience with CIMGLobal as the recipient of its services has been that the hand-holding has been extremely good. Not only the managing of affairs as such, but then understanding of the sensitivities of the membership organization, the technical nature of activities involved is not an easy task, and CIM has done a pretty great job in the first time itself, and we look forward to having a great association going forward as such.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Mr. Sharma. It's a pleasure. We look forward to your continued support and with all our endeavors together. Thank you for being here.
Continued, and then even more value offerings in the future conferences by Indian Association Congress.
Please enjoy yourself. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Desai. Welcome to India Association Congress. How has your experience been on this platform today?
Oh, it was an excellent initiative. In fact, I feel that I should be there in the first Congress too, because this is a platform where we exchange best practices for all the associations, because irrespective of the which sector you belong, but issues are more or less same. And that's the right way to discuss and get the best practice in takeaways with us to improve our working. Thank you.
Serve the society?
You can, you already have a cross mix of all the associations, but I think if the agenda is very well defined, what speakers should speak, and what different subjects if you line up, because most of the subjects are getting overlap. So if you can avoid that, then people will get something new.
Thank you so much for your feedback. It's a valuable suggestion. We'll incorporate it, and we hope to see you next year as well.
Oh, thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Good afternoon, Mr. Rambia. Welcome to India Association Congress. I just need a few minutes of your time to know how your experience has been here at this platform.
It's been wonderful. I really wonder why it took so many years to put together such a fantastic event. This should have started long back ago, and it's great to meet people across associations, and I could see synergy between our association and several other associations where perhaps we can give them business to their members, and this kind of platform where all of us who are working to these associations are nation building activities. We are linkages between government and the industry. So when you bring all this association together, I think you are multiplying the impact that they would create in coming time. We don't have any formal education to run association. There is no training for that. We all found our own ways. How can we benefit the society or industry or nation for that matter? When we come here and we see the experience of others, how others are doing it, we all pick up few points here and there, and that would add value. So I think this event should grow. It should happen every year, and we'll be happy to. I've already offered. We have Plastic Vision India 2013 December, and we would be happy to provide you venue and NAC complex during our show to have a conference like this there. We can, sponsor the venue, and we would be happy to see all the gentlemen coming to our show. So I believe what you have done is amazing, and you should continue doing it, do it on a bigger scale, and do it regularly.
Thank you for your kind words. It's such a pleasure to hear that, and I'm sure with your support, we will continue to grow, and we will. We promise to do that. There's another question that I'd like to ask you before you leave. How has your experience been with CIMGLobal, the association network forum that we have formed? What do you think of our initiative? Of course, you said that the platform is a very good idea, but as a company, your interaction with our chairman of the association.
See, this is forming association, a federation of associations is a noble thing. How you run it over a period of time would decide what value you bring. But even with the single thing like this, it's still very, very valuable. And we would be happy to consider being part of that initiative. And I've already talked to some of the management here that you should have some common service providers for the association as having their booths here.
Right.
So they would get some business out of us and we would get quality vendors here.
Right, definitely.
So that would sort of offset some of the costs that you incur here. So
Well taken. I'll take your suggestions and we look forward to your continuous support. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you so much, Mr. Ran. I want your opinion on what you think of India Association Congress.
I think this is a very good initiative. You know, unless we unite and become energy efficient and resource efficient, and also efficiency has to come into many other efforts also. Redundancy is also one part of it. A Congress where all the associations sit down, I think can bring all kind of efficiencies into the society, where one message, one challenge, one solution can travel very efficiently to the rest of the society. And I think this is a great initiative.
So what is your opinion on this initiative being taken by Association Network and CIMGLobal?
I think I must congratulate them for this visionary step, and this is something will definitely bring good fruits,
So do we look forward to your support at the India Center Foundation in years to come?
100% support.
Thank you so much.
I also invite them to be part of our initiative, because we are trying to create efficiency, and I think they are the right partners.
Thank you so much, and we do look forward to all our partnership with you and your valuable support with us. Thank you so much. Good morning, Dr. Gupta. How are you doing today?
My pleasure to be with you. Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure to have you at India Association Congress. So how was the morning session, the opening plenary?
Excellent, excellent. I think is one of the theme of the need is the nation building. Right. I think everybody has to look at their contribution to nation building. We are living in a society which each one can contribute to the success.
And what do you think of this initiative taken by CIM and Association Network?
I think it's very important to bring the variety of groups together under one forum and let them share the common interest and common goals. I mean, it's very easy to say that you don't do this and you don't do this, but it's very difficult to bring together people saying what they can achieve together.
And how about adopting these practices in our daily association needs? How do you think we can adopt what we have discussed in this morning session in our daily association needs? Let's, for example, your association.
Yes, see the theme of the first I would like to say, what is the need of an association? Association is a conglomeration of people with a common need, common workforce, and common contributions that they can make. And I think this is very useful for us. In our association also, as a plastic surgery society, we share number of thoughts, we share number of problems, we share number of solutions, and we also look at what is lying ahead in 2020 and 2050. And that can be done only at the association level, cannot be done at an individual level. I think association plays a very important role in character building of the nation and the resources of the country. Very good. And I congratulate both you and Prashant Saha for taking a lead in making this conference a success.
Thank you so much for being with us, Dr. Gupta. Thank you. John, how are you today?
Jan, I was very well, thank you. I had a wonderful sleep last night and after a busy day, so feeling very well, thank you.
How was your experience at the second edition of India Association Congress?
I was very impressed yesterday. I think the calibre of the speakers and the content has even gone up from last year. I thought Hyderabad was a great initial event, but obviously with the, no doubt with the experience and the feedback from that. I'm sure that there was a lot of very good ideas that people had of things that can be done. People were very enthusiastic, very willing to share their ideas, and so overall I thought it was a great day.
A little brief about your association with us as a company, how it's been the journey so far.
Associations Forum, we are, I guess, in some ways an Australian equivalent body to CIM. We are a specialist trainer and educator of associations. We spend our time with the association sector in Australia through conferences, workshops, events and consulting, and so we were delighted to be invited to come and participate in this conference. We share our ideas among the Australian, the Australian associations share their ideas and their experiences among each other at our events, so it was a great way of us sharing the Australian experiences with our Indian counterparts. So a great meeting of the minds, I think.
So you look forward to coming every year for our annual conference?
I would be honoured to come back again. I'm very fond of India. I've been many times since I was in my 20s, and I'm a little older than that now. So it's always a delight to be here. A wonderful warm welcome, and it's a great country to visit.
Pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for your time, John.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Good morning, Mr. Mathur. Welcome to the second day. How are you? Did you have a good evening yesterday?
Absolutely, it was a good experience. For our association, it was the first time. You had one in Hyderabad last year. It's a good idea to share information about associations, how they work, how they function, what about their finances, their cooperation, stakeholders engagement, and many of those issues which were discussed were of great value for all of us. And I'm sure what we said from Indian Stainless Steel Association will also be helpful to other associations. Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you think this platform will, apart from the feedback that you've learned and gained, in the future, what do you see, where do you foresee this platform going into? How do you think we can leverage our and benefit your associations? We can leverage our contacts and benefit you?
Yeah, I think it opens up a new window of opportunity for us to understand how different associations work, and there's something for each other to learn. In this complex world, it is always good to share information, and I'm sure that will be a great way, and I'm sure you'll do it next year as well.
Definitely, this is an annual event for us, and so do we see you back next year here as well as we continue on our journey?
In fact, before coming, I was skeptical. My association colleague said, we don't understand why this and why are you going to this? Is it because they are giving you a free hotel stay or what? I said, no, I've always enjoyed interacting with people from different forums, from different associations. Their problems may be different, but we have a lot of common cause. So let me go and see, and I'll go back and tell them that this is what it is.
Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure having you here with us.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. How has your experience been at the Indian Association Congress?
I think you've created a great platform for association leaders as well as the association employees to interact. I think we can share best practices. It should be a good event. I think you must get more associations to be part of your network.
Will we have your support in the coming years on our next editions?
Yes, of course. I think most of our associations would like to support you in your activity. I think it's a great activity for the association.
Is there any message that you want us as the organizers, as Association Network, CIMGLobal, to take back for the next edition, something that we can bring more value to the table for you?
I think one thing that you can do is probably get the association leaders, more of them out in the room so that we can discuss our challenges and let them, actually take them back to the committees.
So we will then take your support in the coming year to fulfill this and make sure the next edition is more fruitful for all of us.
Thank you so much, and I wish India Association Congress all the best in the coming years as well.
Thank you for coming in, Lakshmi. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
For me to learn as well, and especially from the Indian perspective where associations are not yet professionally managed, this move of bringing association managements companies would probably make a lot of difference. Probably there could be more professionalism in our approach to management of associations. So I think from that perspective it's been very interesting. I think if we are able to get onto the electronic medium and the IT sector into chapter management, I think probably the chapters will grow and it could become very large organizations across the country, all of them.
We have a lot of scope. We have a lot of scope in the country, seeing the size and the length and breadth and the number of associations. Your suggestions have also been very valuably taken as to how it's in very nascent stages, and outsourcing for association heads to take that and digest and implement it will take some time.
It is a challenge. For instance, as I told you, we have a lot of people who have been in the association for 40, 50 years. Some of them have founded them. So for them to let it go to somebody is something as if they are losing the blood.
It's like a baby, like they say it's our baby, hum kaise chhod de isko.
It will be the challenge, but I think it will eventually come in with a new set of people coming in, younger generation being a little proactive. Maybe this will come. In fact, I'm seriously looking at Indian Society for Training and Development taking that initiative. So if I continue for a second term, if it happens, probably this could happen.
A few words on your association with us as an organization over the last so many years.
Okay, and now as far as Prashant is a lovely guy to be with, so there's nothing to talk about your association more than anything else. And now I think since we have tied up with CIMG, I always get confused with CIMGLobal. You call it Okay, CIMGLobal. I think we are working on this IFA conference, which I think the international board is also looking at it very seriously. If your organization is going to do a good program this time, there is every possibility that they might call you and tell you to organize the next 3 conferences outside India. I think that is what we see. I think India is looked upon as one of those dynamic organizations. And let me tell you, you enjoy a very good reputation at this point of time. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much, and we look forward to your continued support.
In this program. Thanks then. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Marcel.
Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure to have you with us at the Indian Association Congress 2nd edition. We would like a few words on your experience with us here.
Yeah, I think I have a few great experiences. First of all, when I was invited to visit the Congress, to attend the Congress, I said, oh, what can I do in India? I never heard not that much about associations. And I could combine my travel with IT and CM, first meetings industry fair in New Delhi. So it was easy to come from New Delhi to Mumbai. I arrived in the Trident hotel. I said, oh my God, this is a beautiful hotel. This is a nice venue. I saw all these people with all the cameras and all the EV material. Very professional, good food service, everything. But the most important thing, I saw absolutely great association executives. High level, people who are very well organized. This is for the magazine, for Headquarters Magazine Asia Pacific, absolutely great story. Because the message I got is that India will become one of the most important association markets in the world. Because there are a few reasons for that. First of all, you are a democracy. Associations grow the best in a democracy, in an open world. You have very good communication tools, like everybody is speaking English, and you have the will to do something. And also the will for education, bringing people from all over the world with knowledge and try to ask them to deal the knowledge with your people. So it is a great experience for me, and I'm a bit astonished, absolutely, about the quality and the organization and the high level of this event.
Can we look forward to your support in the coming years?
Well, I think with the magazine, especially Headquarters Magazine Asia Pacific, I'm very interested to be as a magazine, as a niche magazine, a professional magazine, to be your supporter. Absolutely, I will do that and work on that.
Very positive and encouraging words, Marcel. It's been a pleasure to have you here, and I look forward to your continued support and our partnership. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.